Hi, my name's Tom. I was sent the HONITURE X7 cordless vacuum cleaner to go ahead and tell you all about it, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to unbox it, I'm going to put the whole thing together, and I'm going to show you how well it works. First of all, once you open the box, there's a ton of cool stuff in there. It's all packed really well. Let me go over all the accessories. First, some of the basics. You get an instruction manual. You get an extra replacement filter. There's already one in the vacuum, so you get two altogether. You get a power block with a power cord attached. You got a great wall mount that allows you to actually put the charging block into the side of the wall mount and just hang your vacuum on it and it will charge. It's really nice. The vacuum will also stand up on its own if you don't want to use the wall mount. Just kind of stand it up in a corner and plug it in. You get a cool little cleaning tool. This is actually really nice for there's a little tiny blade in there for actually removing hair off the wheel, which happens with all vacuums. And you get kind of a brush for cleaning out all the filters, so it will actually help you maintain the vacuum and it'll last longer. You got a great vacuum nozzle for cleaning in cars or for hard to reach places. You get a beautiful vacuum head. This is a powered vacuum head, so that means there are lights in there as well. It works really, really well. I've done a little bit of vacuuming around the house, about 40 minutes worth total, and I really, really like this head. It kind of moves and swivels in a lot of different directions. It's a really, really nice quality plastic head. It's lightweight. The wheels are nice and big. They turn really well. It just works really well. You get the extendable metal tube. I love the color of this thing. It allows you to kind of keep it short, or you can go ahead and extend it longer so that you can actually stand up and vacuum with it. And you can use this with all the different nozzles and accessories. You get a great battery. This is a ton of charge in it. This thing, they say this will last for up to an hour or so. I use it for 45 minutes and I had no problem at all. I still had some battery power left, so I believe them. And finally, you get the full vacuum unit itself. This thing, it looks great. It looks like something from the future, but it works really well. It's got some cool features on it that work really more than I've ever seen on other vacuums. This canister itself actually comes off, so that's kind of another piece there. So you have your canister, you have your actual vacuum unit itself, your battery will go on the bottom. You've got an extra filter in the back. There you go. There's an extra filter in there. There's your little control panel. It's a touch panel. So once you have a battery in, you turn it on with that touch panel. And this is really clever. On the front here, what you have is you have a nozzle built into this thing. So you can either just keep it like this and plug something into it, or you can go ahead and press this button out, and now you have kind of a brushed nozzle built into the actual thing itself, the actual vacuum itself. That is really handy and really useful. So now that I've taken it all apart, let me put it back together, show you how to assemble it. If the back filter is off, you just kind of take this. It's got a little lock and unlock. You can just kind of put that on. There's a little arrow at top. Put it on the unlock and kind of twist it. There we go, locked on. Here's the canister itself. By the way, you fill the canister up, you empty it by pressing the button. Empties all the dirt out. There we go. I'm going to click it back in. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this canister, and it just kind of slips on here and kind of clips on. There we go. Heard a little bit of a click. There it goes, ready to go. I've pushed this down. I'm now ready to go ahead and install the battery. The battery itself is nice and big. It can only go in one way, so that's real nice. You put the red button. The red button will kind of slide, put it kind of facing down, and the whole vacuum kind of go like that. And there we go. Now we're ready to go. The vacuum itself is controlled with a trigger. I just press the back vacuum on, and the control panel will come on. I'll do that right now. There we go. You got battery power, and then you have regular power. I'm on medium right now. As I press the button, that's high, low, medium, and high. I'll put it back to low, turn it back off, press the trigger, turn it back off. So now that I have my vacuum, I could just go ahead and put my nozzle in and go. That's great. That's a great way to go ahead and take it out to the car and clean out a lot of things in the car. That's one of the great things about these cordless vacuums. They'll work in a car without an extension cord. But I'm going to go ahead and make this a stand-up vacuum. So I'm going to take the longer hose. I'm going to go ahead and put it on here. There we go, with the red button up top. I click it in. Okay, that's good. That's great. Now I could put the nozzle on the end and kind of hit the corners of my ceiling. That's nice, but I'm going to press this button and extend it. Now it's real nice and long, and I'm going to go ahead and put the vacuum head on it, and it just clicks right on. There we go. Now I have a full vacuum. I can stand up and vacuum with this. I'm 6 foot high, and it's very, very comfortable. Again, it does have a light that works, and it's got a wheel that spins. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how well this works. I'm going to go ahead and use my nemesis. This is kitty litter. It's fresh kitty litter. It's clean kitty litter. But this stuff is all over my house. It's either sand from outside. Sometimes the kids will track in dirt, or the cats just go ahead and track kitty litter all over my house. This is a mixture of thinner and thicker stuff. and I'm going to go ahead and pour this down on the floor, and then I'm going to use a vacuum to go ahead and vacuum it all up. This stuff's actually pretty heavy. It's kind of a sand base, kind of a clay or a corn base for most of this stuff. It's not like confetti or anything like they sometimes do in demos. This is heavy, gritty, grungy dirt. I'm going to go ahead and pour this on some floor and some rug. I'm going to show you how well that vacuum cleans it up. The HONITURE is really a very nice vacuum. It has a very high KPA. KPA is a measure of suction. It's much higher than a lot of the other vacuums I've seen and used. It works really, really well. I'm going to show you. So here's my floor. Here's my litter. I'm just going to go ahead and spread it here. I'm going to make kind of a mess. I'm going to put a little more on the rug. There we go. That's pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and use my vacuum and clean all that up. So here's the HONITURE ready to go. I press the button. I get it on. We got it on medium. Let me go ahead and start vacuuming. The light is actually very helpful, as you can see. Cut a great big swath right there. I'm just going to go back and forth a couple times. All right, that's looking pretty good. Might want to go back one more time, but you can see and look at this. All of that litter is right there in the vacuum, and I still have plenty more space. So there you have it. The HONITURE X7 was able to pick up all that litter with just a couple passes. I only had it on medium mode. I did not have it on high. I wasn't going back and forth 100 times. I went back 2 or 3 times to kind of pick up all the extra little pieces that got stuck between the carpeting and the flooring, but it worked really, really well. I have all the litter in here right now. I even got some carpet fibers and some hair. Probably a lot of pet hair in there as well. All I got to do is now take this off, go ahead, take it to a trash can, press the button, empty everything out, pop it back on, and I'm ready to go. Again, there's a filter in here to go ahead and clean. You have an extra filter. I can clean this filter up top. This is kind of the exhaust filter. Everything, you can take the whole thing apart, you can assemble it, you can clean it all out. It's just a really, really handy vacuum to have. I use this a lot for car stuff, just going around the house, picking up little things. You know, you walk into your house sometimes, oh my God, someone's coming over in 15 minutes. You don't want to pull the whole vacuum out. Use the HONITURE X7. It works really, really well. The increased battery size, the actual ability to do multiple power settings will help the battery last longer. The fact that it has a little nozzle kind of built into the handle, the whole thing is just a really, really nice cordless vacuum, and I highly recommend it.